don't let the extent of the length of the video scare you. I make sure that any video I'm be watching that's over 30 minutes, I'm gonna speed it up to 1.5. No, for time constraints, time efficiency, and all that stuff. I'm Chris the Chilled. You already know that. You're on the channel. Well, watch this guy named the Amagi. They gonna talk about what if Naruto just didn't care. That is an interesting aspect of Naruto's character. He's a big caring dude, Mr. Talk no Jutsu. He believes everything he does. He want to be Hokage, blah blah blah. What if he never cared about any of that? That's an interesting thought process for Naruto as a character as a whole. Now, further ado, let's get back. Let's see what this guy cooking in the kitchen.
I kinda wonder how I haven't done this before. Let me explain. We all know Naruto's story, how inspiring it is, particularly how he can connect with villains due to sharing their same story. This connection is, in a way, one of the greater points in Naruto. Because he can connect with the villains, he can pull them back.
It's just okay, just Gara and Pain. I'll give and Obito. Oh my gosh, Gara, Obito, Pain, probably the only characters that Naruto can relate to on a personal level. Anybody else besides Sasuke too. Weirdly enough, can't compare him to Orochimaru. Can't compare him to even any other members of the Akatsuki's. Madara even can't compare him to Madara. Any other villain you could think of, you can't. Yeah, no. There's only related to 4 people in Naruto's life. 4. And maybe if you want to go further, Kiwaki, right? With the Boruto's new best friend, whoever he is, the guy is, blah blah. I don't care about Boruto like that. You can put him number 5. Anybody who just feels mistreated because of whatever reason can relate to Naruto, man. At that point, is it really that special? Is it really that special? No. That's why I make it so relatable. But is that really relatability that special overall? Nah, not really.
Toward the light. It's such a commonly used trope in Naruto that it spawned the whole Talk no Jutsu meme, in which Naruto can beat anybody via a quick therapy session. But I began to think about it as I considered this meme. How scary would a world be where Naruto just didn't care? What if he was just apathetic toward everyone? What if Naruto was a shinobi, but there was nothing emotional about him? Robotic, even. Sure, he may have an easier time controlling Kurama early due to his emotional control, but would he ever be able to become friends with Kurama? And what about everyone else? Well, I think it's long since overdue for us to figure that out. Sit right back and gaze into my Rinne Sharingan and view just one of our many infinite Tsukiyomi worlds. It's time to find out what happens when Naruto doesn't care anymore. Welcome to the Amagi. Only 25% of our viewers are subscribed, so if you're a fan of the video, please like and double check if you are subscribed. And with that out of the way, let's get into the video. From an early point in Naruto's life, something in him changed. Was it how he had to raise himself? How others viewed him? Was he broken, or was he simply born this way? It didn't matter too much, I suppose. How he got to this point of emotional disconnection was irrelevant, as was the way he would get out of it. Naruto just didn't have it in him to care much about anything. Keeping himself alive was his top priority.
Oh, I consider the third Hokage. Put him on to everything. Free rent, free food, all of that, all of that. Free healthcare even. But yeah, I wonder, was third Hokage pulling up to Naruto's house and just tidying up his diapers? Cause when you just think about how Naruto was able to like grow up, you can't assume that he would live on the streets getting scrapped. Someone had to take care of him. Always, bro, always. And that goes for sure to another protagonist I'm thinking about. Oma Tokita from Kengan Ashura. This dude was in the backyard or some other name of it. I would have called it backyard, but it was like the hole, whatever. It was a shithole, really. It was a bad place. I forgot what you call it. Probably like the worst place on earth. The fact that he was able to survive there is stupid to this day. Even to this day, it's dumb. Like his memories is jogged up in the beginning of Hanging on Ashura. Hanging on Mega kind of streamlined, but it still boggles the mind. Like who really took care of him? Raised them, bathed them, give him nutrients to survive, bro. You gotta understand, the kid was able to just, just get some bones on him. Getting food here and there was tough. But with eventually with um Nico, remember Nico? Later on in life, he gets to like I guess eat properly, get better, companionship and stuff like that. And no, I'm gonna lie, this upbringing is pretty rough game on that too, bro. But the point is, who in the very beginning, since his inception, so he was a baby, really took care of him, man. That always matters to me. Cause it made no sense that people hate him this much who keep him alive. That's all I'm saying. When your environment is that violent, there's no way I'll be able to survive unless someone's taking care of you. And we never know who it is. It was.
Become the Hokage? No. Why would he want that? Wouldn't that just be harder? Wouldn't that make his life harder? Gain respect from the other villagers. Don't be preposterous. What did their opinions matter to him? There was nothing there in Naruto to motivate him to excel, nor was there anything there to hold him back. He was floating, drifting in an ocean of I don't care, and he had no life preserver. Depression is what others might call this, and if so, it made no difference. Whether you labeled it or not, it didn't change how he felt about it, and it didn't change his way of functioning. Hiruzen noticed this and even attempted to get something for Naruto to pull him out of this funk. He tried pulling up a good therapist who could help him walk through his issues without judgment, but it didn't seem to help him any. He talked with the therapist, and from there, it was the therapist's opinion that Naruto should be on antidepressants, but that lasted a grand total of 2 weeks. The moment Naruto realized that the antidepressants were causing the issue to get worse instead of better, he flushed them. This was all Hiruzen's idea anyway. Naruto didn't want to talk about his issues. He wanted people to leave him alone. But as you may have guessed, that didn't stop Hiruzen. Feeling that bringing order to his life might change the way—
Wait, and mind you, this is like a whole, filler thing? This was after everything that ended. Near the end of, the airing of Naruto Shippuden. The airing of Naruto Shippuden. They plus out fillers of, how Naruto was, doing whatever he wanted. Under the guidance of the Pharaoh Kage. This was new lore, too. And it was applied that, yeah, the Pharaoh was looking after him. Like, how much extent did it really went to? So it was wild. It's wild to think that, dude, this man, Naruto was still suffering though. He was still suffering. That's the messed up part.
Naruto felt or acted, he was willing to force Naruto into the academy to become a genin. Naruto really hated this. He wasn't into the whole idea of being a shinobi. It didn't interest him, but really nothing did. He had no real reason to become a ninja, but he also didn't have a reason not to become one. And so he went along with it for the simple sake of getting Hiruzen off his back. Many kids at the academy would make fun of him, laugh at him, tell jokes about him, and spread gossip about him. Schools always were toxic. Immaturity mixed with pride. People claiming to cook you when arguing as if they themselves could judge themselves victorious over you in their own debate. It was pitiful. None of this interested Naruto. Did it hurt his feelings? Not in the slightest. Why should he care what a bunch of kids he doesn't know are saying? Honestly, why should those kids care at all? Drama. That feeling of being important, or that some issue is exciting enough to keep kicking it until that thing went out of style. Nothing they said in school. None of it held any true importance, and only served as an excuse to let themselves run wild emotionally. He saw it all the time. Mountains made out of molehills, and not just for himself, but others. They acted as though one backhanded comment was the end of the world, as though they had been personally attacked, as though they were victims. There were times when some were actually victimized. The kids with black eyes, the kids bruised, clothes torn and stained with tinges of blood, having—
I'm sorry, who are we talking about again? I'm lost. I thought we were talking about Naruto. You talk about other people that we don't even know and don't care about. And mind you, all of it comes from filler too. Even though, yeah, you can make the argument that now this is canon, bro. Like, it shouldn't take you this long to bust out a proper. He does flashbacks for Naruto many times, bro. And this stuff is whatever. It's whatever.
Having been beaten up by the system that the children had formed of in-groups and out-groups. They were victims. The children made fun of and talked about behind their backs for no reason other than wearing a shirt for a cartoon thought to be below their age group. The kids who had done nothing and now were facing real backlash, or at the very least verbal harassment. They were the victims, but everyone had to be a thug. That was cool, right? Being a thug, forming your own little gang and having the schoolyards as your territory. Weaponized bravado, a bunch of weaklings who thought they were something, never having seen the real world. That was what Naruto saw. But at the same time, Naruto just couldn't bring himself to care. He wasn't a victim. If people attacked him physically, he'd beat their skulls in with an unusually high amount of control. Due to this apathy, he had no emotional weight to throw around, but that helped him keep his focus to the same degree as a laser. While others screamed as they attacked, swinging wildly, Naruto could see the weaknesses in their stance, the weak points of their body. All it took was one punch to the kidneys, one angled fist into the bottom of their ribcage. Hitting them there, they collapsed.
So you telling me that this Naruto just could be methodical, straight up, factual, less emotional, more just narrow-minded, but not naive. He reminds me of a certain character in Olympus Company that fits the mold. You ever heard of this guy named Mosalt? Or other people call him More Salt. He fit the mold perfectly, man. Look up Olympus Company and Mosalt. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Lapsed immediately in panic as their body turned against them, their breath fleeing and unable to return. Control. Control was everything in a fight, and Naruto had a surplus. Maybe in some way he derived pleasure from seeing the high and mighty's own bodies lose control, watching them panic. But whatever pleasure he may have derived from that was quickly washed away the moment he was given detention. Man, getting detention from defending yourself. Funnily enough, the same school system wouldn't protect him if he did nothing, but would punish him if he fought back. It seems Naruto wasn't the only one in this facility that was apathetic about himself and others. The whole school system was apathetic, overly harsh on its students, both through school and homework, and then through one-sided discipline that the teachers themselves couldn't even maintain. It was nothing more than an exercise in control, all for a piece of paper that said, "You're not stupid." Except you probably still were. Naruto knew education was necessary and was required, but these systems used to provide it only made his apathy worse. It didn't matter to him what a piece of paper said, only that he might live. And that's what he required. Money.
Wait. Okay. But I want to finish, but I don't think Naruto even cared about the. He cared about living, but money is essential to like live. So you do that necessity. But what if he was active third Kage to get his bread up? You know, give some allowance or something like that. At least be in the home. Why can't he just live with the third Kage? Ask yourself this: why couldn't Naruto live under the third Hokage but separate from him? If you're a true Naruto fan, ask yourself: he would like have a better connection, like strong connection with Asuma and Konohamaru if he just lived under the third Hokage on his roof as his adopted son. Why the third Hokage didn't do that is beyond me.
A job. And that's what this academy provided. A shot at being a shinobi. Sure, it would be hard, but it would pay well, and all things considered, the work he would do wouldn't be too harsh. That was until the next war broke out. But there was no point in worrying about it. After all, whether he was a shinobi or not, when the next war broke out, he'd have to fight. Conscription was a thing, and if it were a new world war, he'd be put on the battlefield with a pitchfork and told to kill. At least this way, he'd be prepared for such an occasion. Naruto, due to his laser-focused nature, was able to keep up with the academy's lessons, taking out of this horrible experience what little good he could derive, eventually graduating. He couldn't wait to say goodbye to that place. The less people in his life, the better. No more drama, no more children's soap opera, no more teachers pretending to care. Now it would just be Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura under one Jonin, that being Kakashi. 4 people, Naruto included. Sounded simple enough to manage. No drama, just teamwork. Or so he thought. The moment he entered the group, he immediately knew there would be drama. Sasuke was a walking Batman wannabe, dragging all of that baggage along with him. And as for Sakura, she was just a swooner for Sasuke.
But you don't know who Batman is. Look. I thought I'd be immersed in the story you're talking about in this what if. But I understand this comparison, like whole Vengeance thing. Comparing Batman to Sasuke, the Sasuke period is stupid. It's dumb. It's retarded. It's dumb. Consider the fact that he just wanted revenge on his brother. You could compare him to Jason Todd. That probably the easiest comparison I make. The Joker doing him dirty. He wanted revenge on the Joker. That was like a period of his life. If you want to compare Sasuke to anybody from DC, among other characters who was like popularized, who come to vengeance, Jason Todd is the one. If you know, you know.
Really cool one was Kakashi, who had a similar demeanor to Naruto, though it was clear that Naruto was on a whole other level. Something Kakashi remembered he'd been very similar to, but for a different reason. Kakashi began to wonder if it might have simply been that Naruto was hurting in some way that he hoped he could eventually heal. But this, honestly, was far from the truth. Naruto wasn't in pain. He had never been like others. Naruto wasn't covering some old wound, and this wasn't a defense mechanism. Naruto told Kakashi that straight. I don't need to be healed, and I don't need to be babied. I don't need to be coddled because there's nothing wrong. I simply do not care. In the slightest. I'm not doing this for some grand cause, but because it's easier to go along with it than to back out and face continual backtalk. The drama and politics of society bore me. I don't care if I'm loved or hated, just like I don't really care whether Sasuke's an emo goth prince or not. I don't care if Sakura can or can't peel her eyes off of him. I don't care if you do or don't want to help me. What I care about is that I'm proficient in the work I do, which I am, and that I make plenty of money. So long as I got that, I think I'm fine not dealing with others. And from that, Kakashi backed off. Naruto was right. He wasn't in any distress or pain. He was simply...
But if this is the point where Kakashi feels some type of way, feel bad that his sensei, you know, the fourth, you know, Yellow Flash, feel bad that his son grew up to be this nihilistic douchebag. At that point, Kakashi will feel really bad about that. Like, real bad. You might be looking at the third Hokage sideways, like, yo, what happened to this dude, bro? You know what I'm saying, yo? I'm telling you, if the third Hokage accepted Naruto as his son, adopted son, this wouldn't happen. Period. Any story, period. The main story, even. Period. No damn sense.
A kid who had no drive to do anything more than he already did. It was sad to see such a young life unable to find enjoyment in the things that they did. Perhaps one day it might change, but until then, Naruto was going to keep being like this. But darn if it didn't make him efficient. When they took on the Land of Waves mission, they were attacked by the Demon Brothers. Naruto kept his composure and defended himself flawlessly alongside Sasuke. And when they faced Zabuza, the same thing happened there. Naruto may not have been able to bond well with Sasuke, but because they were so similar in certain aspects, they worked very well together. Now, after his battle with Zabuza, Kakashi was left feeling weak and needed rest. During that time, he trained his students on chakra control, but Naruto quickly picked up the lessons while Sasuke struggled. Kakashi surmised it was because, due to having no emotional issues, Naruto could find that Goldilocks zone of chakra control more easily than Sasuke, who was just angry all the time. As they had dinner, however, they were confronted by Inari, who pointed to them, basically calling them stupid for their actions, for their belief that they could stand up and be heroes in a world where heroes didn't exist. Looking to the boy, Naruto spoke. What tree did you fall into this morning? You think we can't win? For what reason? He's just a thug. Just because you wusses are too scared to stand up against him doesn't mean we are. We're not scared, Inari shouted. Sure as crap sounds like you are. Go back upstairs and play with your toys. We're eating. Maybe I was wrong about you, Inari said. Maybe you're not heroes. We're mercenaries with a job, kid, Naruto said. You're little...
Y'all consider ninjas mercenaries, dude? Ninjas are assassins, bro. I don't agree that word of dialogue right there. Nah, bro. I think that line needs a second take, cause that's wild. Cause you told me that you told me that Kakashi didn't interject to saying, like, "Wait, hold on, bro. You're not necessarily wrong, but you're not right for saying that either." The correct term assassins get it right, or envoys, doesn't matter.
village, your bridge, your grandpa, you yourself. You're nothing more than a job to us. We're gonna finish the mission, you're gonna pay us, and we're going to go home. That's all there is to it. Now get. The room was silent. Naruto was harsh on the boy, but Tazuna was understanding. Inari had likely insulted the group, and he felt he owed an explanation to them. So he began to tell them about Kaiza and why Inari acted the way he did. Inari idolized Kaiza and saw him as his own personal hero. The reason he acts that way is because his own personal hero was killed right in front of him, Tazuna said. The room felt silent. Eventually, the silence was broken by Naruto. I missed the part where that's my problem. This statement drew a shocked exclamation.
That's what I'm talking about. Making this guy a douchebag. He's just a douchebag. God, still, dude. Oh my god. Yo, I guarantee Kushino will just come out of heaven to smack the crap out of Naruto, bro, for saying that. It's so terrible how. I can't call it garbage. It's like, dude, I can't even call him a nihilist, dude. Does it make him a nihilist? He doesn't care about anything. If there's no, I can't say there's no meaning, because if he sees everything in life as tools to an extension, would it be like flat out character growth to Naruto just not caring at all? I'm curious about if you want to take that role. I'm curious about that.
From Sakura. Naruto shook his head and looked at Sakura. Sure, it's sad, but the world doesn't revolve around that little boy. A lot of kids lose their family. A lot of kids don't have parents. If he wants to sulk about it like he's the only one in the world to ever suffer, let him. But don't drag me into it. Like I said before, we came to do a job, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that job, we're gonna get paid, and we're gonna leave. The boy can heal when we're gone. I'm a soldier, not a nurse. I've got bigger fish to fry than why some 4-year-old is
This is a different Naruto, head to toe. Is he a better character? This is where Kakashi should come in and just prove Naruto wrong. At this point, Kakashi and Naruto should have more friction than Sasuke and Naruto ever had. Cause even Sasuke won't understand what he's spitting out. And Sasuke at the my state he's at right now is not the perfect sunshine and rainbows type of dude to talk about. Sakura on the other hand, she's more of a normal. She will just say her piece, but she lacked the experience. Not like a Kakashi. So I can see Kakashi and Naruto be butting heads a lot. Yeah, I do me a lot when it comes to morals and stuff like that.
Trust issues. If anything, that's for his mom to fix, not me. Naruto continued with his meal, leaving the room stunned. They all let it go though, thinking that Naruto was just a lot more upset about it all than he'd like to admit.
Whoa. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. in this whole writing section, if the only character changes is Naruto, at least keep every character in your rewrite to be consistent. The Kakashi not saying anything is stupid to me. It makes no sense whatsoever. Nah, G. I understand everybody else, but Kakashi's not saying a word is crazy work to me.
Admit. The truth was he simply didn't care. He never cared and would never care about this. Not while he had his own issues to deal with. Naruto rested for the night, and the day after...
And I wonder at the very end of this whole arc he's doing with Naruto right here with the Jaiwaza thing, if he's still gonna name Naruto after that. Cause that'd be crazy if he still named this dude after him, even though he'd be a dick to everybody. I gotta see. I definitely gotta see.
He and the others would join the construction workers as they built the bridge. Not long after did Zabuza and Haku show up. Sasuke chose to fight Haku first, which Naruto obliged. This got Sasuke caught in the demonic mirroring ice crystals technique. As Senbon flew, Sakura pushed Naruto toward the attack. "What are you doing? Go help him," she shouted. "Why? It's clearly a trap. You want me to get trapped too? Then who will protect your scrawny beard when that guy kills us?" Nah, Sasuke got into this. He can get out of it. Sasuke could not, in fact, get out of it. Catching enough Senbon, Sasuke was left in a paralyzed state. His eyes still open, his body twitching. All he could do was move his eyes. Haku approached him. "You would be wise to remain in that position," Haku said. While this was going on, Naruto began to consider how he was going to deal with that attack. In 1v1 combat, he could probably pull one over on Haku, but what was he going to do with that dome? He wouldn't be able to get out of it, and he didn't have the Sharingan to be able to deflect all the Senbon. So, as the masked figure drew closer, Naruto began to question what he should do. Well, I could try talking to him, stalling him out long enough for Kakashi to win this battle, and then the three of us could take him on together. He began to think as Haku drew closer. "What's your deal anyway?" Naruto asked. Haku stopped as though questioning if Naruto were talking to him. Naruto spoke again. "Who else would I be talking to? Of course I mean you, Hairbun. What's your deal?" "I am here to kill
Hairbun is
Kizuna,"
crazy.
said. "No kidding. I could have never guessed. Why though?" "He seeks to build a bridge which threatens Gato. Not that Gato matters much to us. He hired us and we're carrying out his orders. If we're successful, we'll be paid." "Another merc, huh?" Naruto questioned as he looked at them. "Seems like we've got a lot more in common than I thought. We're both sellswords out to make a living in this world. Isn't that just the way? We were hired
Wait,
much like-"
wait, wait, wait. I just realized. I just remembered, bro. Oh my gosh. In this rewrite, he never met with Haku way before. Or the person he met with before that. Oh my gosh. Dude, he removed that section with Naruto. Oh my gosh. There's a lot of stuff he's skipping, dude. There's a lot of stuff he's skipping. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. So, he would have no emotional attachment to Haku at this point. The moment the mask gets unraveled, it, and I wonder if the Fox could pull out as like a tool for Naruto to use, though whether it's in like emotional outrage. I don't know. I want to see that.
like you, promise to be paid as well, but the difference is that we're working for the bridge workers, not against them. "So then, does that mean you plan to stand in my way?" Haku asked. "I haven't decided yet," Naruto said. "I honestly could use the money, but I can't exactly use it if I'm dead. So the question I need to learn a bit more about is your abilities. For instance, what was that ice you had a second ago? What were those mirrors?" "Demonic mirroring ice crystals," Haku said. "They're a type of ice release ninjutsu." "Ice release? What is that? Makes a wind and water?" Naruto questioned. "Technically, yes, but it's a bit more. It's a
So this dude is making Naruto use talk no jutsu in this standpoint. It's funny to me. It's hilarious, laughable, really. So no. This is not even talking to Jutsu. He's not even convincing him in anything. He just literally just talking to him. Not to understand him as a person, but just how to like beat his ass. And I like that. Just have a conversation for the sake of stalling.
Kai, how did someone like you, with such an awesome power, come to end up working this kind of job?" "Because Zabuza found me as a child, starving, cold, and alone. I was taken in by him. I was nearly killed by my own father when I was but a child. My mother was killed. It was because the people there feared Kekai Genkai due to their overuse in the war." Naruto tried to keep Haku. "I'm sorry to hear about that. Maybe you should tell me more about your childhood. How old were you when you realized Santa wasn't bringing you toys?" Haku seemed questioning for a moment.
Wait a minute. Nothing more immersion breaking than saying a fictional character in a fictional world that Santa is a thing. Like, bro, come on. Stop the bull, bro. That. Yeah, it makes he's a piece of shit. Yo, you think Naruto's a piece of shit? Then, yo, I'm with it all the way, bro. Give me that. Give me that.
So smiled and shook his head. "Nah, I'm just buying time. I don't care." Then he pointed his thumb to the direction of Kakashi, where he had just finished off Zabuza, and was running at the...
two things. At this point, the one thing you should understand in this show right now, in the main show, that people can, ninjas can sense chakra, whether it's like stationary, elevated, or lowered. Haku should at least know that Zabuza about to get smoked by Kakashi. No matter what conversation Haku was having, he would immediately snap out of it and just go and save him. Naruto could easily use his clones. I'm like, bro, if Naruto this smart and douchebag he is, why can't he just use his clones to kick some ass? Does he not have control of his own clones? If he had this kind of mindset with his shadow clones, bro, he'd be such a villain, dude. A straight up super villain, bro. I don't like this rewrite right here, dude. So far, it's just some. Is it level T23? Who's that? You ask. Check on my channel. Check on T23 Dragon Ball. You understand what I'm talking about. He.
The speed of Chidori, covered in blood like a demon, just to put his hand through Haku. Sakura was shocked by this. Naruto had expected it. Removing his hand from Haku's chest, he let him fall to the ground. All the while, Sasuke was still laying there. Is anyone gonna come help me? Sakura was quick to launch in and blame.
Are you sure that comedy? Yeah, Sasuke, that's hilarious, dude. So at this point, Naruto doesn't transform to the fox. Period. We don't get that hype moment. It's too funny, dude. We talking about a guy who just manipulated Haku just to give him his sob story. It's so manipulative, bro. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Where Talk no Jutsu is not just convince people to be good, it just drop their guard down to just get smoked. Straight up manipulative. I like that. I like that.
Mama to be sick and wounded Sasuke, hoping it would garner her a few more brownie points she could spend on purchasing his heart. But the battle was far from over. As Gato's men showed up, Naruto was about to show them why Inari was wrong. One man could defeat an army of goons. After all, they were all just incapable warriors, and Naruto had a little trick he liked to call shadow clone jutsu. So, without another word, he began to approach, forming his own army of better trained individuals. He was unaware that they'd taken hostages, though. Inari and Tsunami were there. Gato made a threat and said that if Naruto drew any closer, he would have the two killed. Naruto hesitated for a moment, questioning his next actions. He didn't want the two to die, but at the same time, he couldn't help but run the numbers in his head. He realized that even if Tsunami and Inari died, the bridge would be finished, as would Gato, and the people would be safe and happy. However, if they stopped construction now, Gato would remain, and very likely many others would die. It was a sad decision, but Naruto chose to sacrifice Inari and Tsunami.
Oh lord, yeah. Yeah, Zabuza is cooked. Wow. Now I'm just. Oh my gosh, that's nasty. Oh my
Over
gosh.
the others. He continued drawing closer. Despite Gato's warnings, his little army of shadow clones moved closer. He spoke. Tell me, Gato, you're about to die. Are you certain you want to go to God with the blood of an innocent child and mother on your hands? Apparently, Gato did, because he gave the order and a blade was pushed through both of their backs. The moment the command was made, Naruto dashed. There was now no reason to hold back, no reason to take it easy. In some way, he'd hoped he could convince Gato to turn back and leave the two alone, but no. Gato chose the path of evil, and now his only shield was gone. Naruto rushed into the group, a kunai in each one of his shadow clones' hands. A couple clones would pop up and disappear as the soldiers got lucky, but Naruto just spawned two more to take their plate.
Wait. Where'd Kakashi go? Where? I can understand Sakura taking care of Sasuke. Kakashi not here to help out? Really? Really? Oh, that's crap. That's crap. That's actually crap.
By the end of it, all of Gato's men and Gato himself were face down in the slowly darkening water below. This was the shinobi world. It was a dark place that forced you to make hard choices, and sometimes those choices required the strongest wills, or at least emotionally detached wills. Behind him, he viewed Tsunami, still bleeding, crawling toward her son who had already bled out, crying tears of pain and sorrow. For the first time in a while, Naruto felt truly sad about something. Was there something he could have done better? He didn't know. He couldn't do hostage crises like others could. There was no negotiating with Gato, and no way that this could have gone any other way. Looking away, he tried not to pay.
He should have asked Kakashi for help. Kakashi was right there. What was he doing? What was Kakashi doing? Come on, man. Come on, man. Naruto should at least ask for a second opinion.
pay attention to the wails of a dying mother, cradling her dead child, because if he paid attention to it, he might just cry himself. He needed to keep telling himself he made the right decision. Eventually, she too died. As Naruto turned back with a sigh, he saw Chizuna there. The old man put a fist into Naruto's face, breaking his nose. Naruto hit the ground as the man spoke. You killed them! Naruto got up and dusted off his pants. I didn't kill him. That was Gato. They died because of you. A small price to pay. Another fist came in, smashing Naruto's eye. Naruto stumbled back. You could have backed off. We would have figured something out. You should know better than I. There was nothing Gato would have settled for, less than the destruction of this bridge and the death of you and all your dissenters. I saved their lives. It didn't have to be this way. It did. It had to be this way. You knew the risks of making this bridge. You all did. Don't blame me. I didn't put them in that position in the first place. You did. Gato went to strike him again, but Naruto caught the fist. Do not touch me again, he said, squeezing the fist with all the chakra he could muster, threatening to break it. You have my condolences, but this is the risk we all decided to take. And I don't know about you, but I'm not willing to sacrifice everyone in this village and its chance to be free for sentimentality. I hate you, Tazuna said. Naruto looked back at him. More power to you. My job is done. I expect to be paid, just as you promised. Even a penny short, and I'll put the family back together again. As Naruto walked away, Kakashi couldn't help but stare at just how cold this boy was.
But why did you... Why did he do anything? Why just allow all this crap to happen? Kakashi is like the most powerful ninja there. He killed Zabuza. He killed Haku. He should have at least saved the guys. Let Naruto do his thing. At least save the son, save the mother, and let Naruto just go crazy. No fox, no nothing. But he just stood there and did nothing. Nothing, nada. What is this rewrite, bro? That's wild.
The way back to the village was short, and the debriefing was quick and professional, even from Naruto's end. The story of Naruto's actions were startling, even to Hiruzen, but not to another, who couldn't help but think maybe he would be perfect. One Danzo Shimura, pulling strings, convinced Hiruzen to let Naruto take the Chunin exams just to see how far the boy could go. A test to see if Naruto really was as cold-blooded and heartless as they said, because if so, he'd make the perfect candidate for Root, the wet works of the Anbu. By this, Team 7 as a whole were allowed to take the Chunin exams. Day 1 of the exams saw Naruto...
So Sakura and Sasuke had no... emotional input about Naruto's actions at all. That's kind of crazy. What about the peers who like Malcolm back in the day? That's kind of crazy. What about one dude Jensen Gaara? The interaction with Gaara and his name is Gaara. That's kind of crazy. I will see that.
Naruto and his team taking a test to prove their gutsiness. Naruto didn't know half of the questions, but kept taking them anyway. And when the final question proved to be a make-or-break question with the future on the line, Naruto decided to take it anyway. After all, he didn't care which way the wind blew him. And if being a shinobi didn't work out, then it didn't really matter what he did. All that mattered was staying alive. Well, that mind frame managed to see...
No, like, where are you supposed to be at? If he's not gonna be a ninja, where would he be? Where would he be? Can't be a bum. He can't be a bum. He will still care. He's not making money, so he won't eat. So you gotta make that bread. So he should care a little bit. Like, he can't just care about nothing. Cause if he didn't care about nothing, period, he'd just be a bum. That's my personal opinion.
See Naruto pass the first test. He didn't even have to cheat. The proctor was stunned, questioning what Naruto was. Gutsy or stupid? The answer was apathetic. He simply didn't care. So he kept going, even in the face of certain loss. When the second round came about, Naruto ended up in the Forest of Death, where he finally realized he had to pee. You two stay here. I'm whizzing in that bush. Why didn't you go when you were in the facilities, Naruto? Sakura asked. Naruto scoffed. You sound like a mother. People don't really seem to understand that pee can hit you almost as fast as crap can. I think you're just lazy, she said. It's a bodily function. Get over yourself. Well, it puts us at risk if we split up. Every second we spend away from each other is another second we could be ambushed, she said. Then how about I just pee right here in front of you? Does that make it safer? He questioned her as his gaze sharpened. Just...
Well, I had this conversation, dude. You should... Yo, for all the stuff he cut out, and he could cut this out. He could have cut this out. We don't need to piece that shit. We don't care. Don't have to pee, bro. And it makes this dude look disgusting overall. Like, he had no dignity, no self-respect, peeing in front of a girl. Like, what are we doing? And Sasuke would have no respect for Naruto, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. He had no problem, and you die because of like disadvantages of the situation, bro. Sasuke should hate Naruto, like, as a person. And he found someone way worse than him. That's, yo, come on. This rewrite is missing a lot with this right now.
Just go into the bushes, Naruto, Sasuke said, getting tired of their bickering. Naruto disappeared into the foliage and began to pee. He'd made the mistake of drinking too much water before he left, and now his body was processing it too quickly. He had gone from not needing to pee to bursting in moments, and while relieving himself, he was unaware that his team was being deceived. As he finished, he stepped back out of the bushes to find that his team was gone. He looked around for them, even taking to the trees to look. Those turds ditched me, he thought to himself, his anger boiling. Scoffing, he turned around. Fine, no matter. I'll go find my own scroll and make it through without him. See them try to take a scroll with one less man. And so, Naruto left to find a proper team to take a scroll from. Coming across Ino, Choji, and Shikamaru, Naruto smiled. The prissy, tubby, and lazy ones. Supposed to be the future of the Ino Shikacho trio. Pathetic. None of them knew where Naruto was, so it wasn't hard for him to get the drop on them. Using his Shadow Clone Jutsu to even out the odds a little, Naruto jumped from the tree branches down on top of them. Naruto was sure to drop 2 Shadow Clones on Choji, as his strength might be an issue. One clone landed on Ino, and another on Shikamaru, taking extra care to watch him. The clone ripped the scroll from Shikamaru's pocket and tossed it back to the real Naruto, who darted out of there, leaving the clones to keep distracting the trio. He was long gone before they could get the clones off of them. With this...
Wait, so Shikamaru could have done anything at that moment? One of the smartest guys out there? He could have done a thing? Not a thing? Not one? Come on, dude. That's ass. This must be a Shikamaru that doesn't care, I guess. I guess Shikamaru didn't care.
Strategy working so well, Naruto quickly did the same thing to the group confronting Karin, an Uzumaki girl from Kusa. Taking her scroll, Naruto now had all he needed. Making his way to the center of the forest, he completed his task. It was hardly record time, but still one of the better times of the group. And considering that he did it by himself, it was still an impressive feat. However, when Kakashi discovered what happened, he chastised Naruto. How could you leave your team behind like that? You know that those who don't follow orders are scum, but those who abandon their friends are worse than scum, don't you? Then tell that crap to Sasuke and Sakura. They're the ones who ditched me during a pee break. I went into the bushes and came back, poof, gone. I couldn't find him, so I did the best I could and moved on. The one who got abandoned is me. I followed orders after being left behind. I'm not the scum. They are. Kakashi sighed and let it go. If Naruto was telling the truth, then Sasuke and Sakura would have a lot of explaining to do. And when they eventually showed up, they did exactly that and explained what happened, showing that Sasuke had received a curse mark. There wasn't much they could do about it. Eventually...
Wait. So how they survived? It's what Orochimaru be talking about. The only reason why they survived because of Naruto being a fox. So in this interaction, what? Orochimaru just nab on Sasuke's neck and now Orochimaru just dipped? Just like that? Really? And then little sound 3 pulled up and what? Rock Lee did his thing and the rest of the Shikamaru and the gang just pulled up and did their thing too? And did that, I'm assuming? Everything still went the way it was, excluding Naruto? Like, I can't. Nah, that's bullshit.
Eventually, Team 7 was brought back together and everything was explained. There was a strain between the 3 of them, but they decided to set everything they could do about it. Eventually, Team 7 was brought back together and everything was explained. There was a strain between the 3 of them, but they decided to set everything aside and just take it as an honest mistake. For the most part, the opening of the Chunin exams remains mostly the same. However, when the month off for training comes around, instead of running into Jiraiya, Naruto is approached by someone else, Danzo Shimura. He proceeds to explain to Naruto the true nature of his power, how and where he got it. He explains to him that his father was the 4th Hokage, and that Hiruzen hid this truth from Naruto to secure his own seat of power once again. Naruto has no reason not to believe him, all things considered. And so Danzo decides to help Naruto train using the Nine-Tails power. To give an extra bit of help to the boy, he enters Naruto's subconscious with his Sharingan and proceeds to have a conversation with Kurama. You really should help Naruto out, Nine-Tails. He's a promising Jinchuriki, and perhaps it...
So Kurama even cared. Now you gotta put in, Kurama care about this random dude with bandage on his face, scar on his freaking chin, and listen what you gotta say.
If you do so, you'll finally be freed at the end of Naruto's life. If you give enough chakra to him when he asks you to, you may actually further weaken the seal, which means there's a higher chance you'll get out. So, for your own sake, help Naruto. Now, of course, none of this would normally make sense, but Toro Amatsukami does wonders for one's charisma. It's designed to make anything you say sound like a good idea, and that's exactly what Danzo does. With Kurama pacified, Danzo knows Naruto will be in full control. As Naruto trains with him, he grows stronger still.
But Kurama can speak. Kurama can talk. Are we serious right now? Should he just double check? Should he even trust a dude who has the power of Uchiha in his arms? In his eye? Come on, dude.
Still, and by the time he returns to the Chunin exams, he's ready to show it all off. Through the sheer power of his version 2 cloak, he makes short work of Neji, who can't even break through the tailed beast's chakra enough to use the gentle fist on him. He can't even see the Tenketsu at that.
Wait, I'm confused. Oh, this is nasty. Nah, it's not good. I don't like the fact that he can burst out 4 tails ready to rock dudes, dude. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that.
Let alone
That's
touch them.
garbage.
But the true show of force comes when the Konoha Crush arc begins, as here is in...
crap, dude. This is insane. Why are you skipping everything? Come on, dude.
Faces Orochimaru, Naruto sets out to fight Gaara, who, as of this moment, is fleeing from them, getting through.
Wait, but he doesn't care about Gaara. You didn't put anything up there. You didn't leave any interaction between Naruto and Gaara that make us think or feel about anything with Naruto overall. At this point, I can understand how weak the writing is in this point of the video, where you didn't include even that the interaction with the personality of this Naruto and the Gaara we have in this show, like, and nothing about it is there. Like, what is that, dude? I don't like that. That's not good, bro. That's not good writing.
Through, Naruto sees Gaara in his partial transformation, about to kill Sasuke. Naruto, taking his version 2 cloak, rushes in with incredible speed to defend Sasuke. Despite everything that Naruto has learned about Gaara, he realizes how similar Gaara is to Naruto. But all that being said, Gaara is a threat. Sure, Gaara had a rotten childhood.
Wait a minute. So this is the Gaara who didn't bust out Shikaku. This is his. This is the Gaara who's still in his like, beast state, and Naruto is about to kill him. Oh man.
But Naruto did too,
Oh,
and you don't see Naruto
man.
becoming some psychopathic serial killer. No, Gaara is a mad dog that needs to be put down, so that's exactly what Naruto does. The power of the Nine Tails' chakra overshadows that of Shukaku's exponentially. Even in version 1, he's more than a match for Gaara. Version 2 would be overkill, but for the sake of ending it quickly, Naruto goes version 2. This forces Gaara into a full transformation. But even with his massive size, as his fists come down to crush Naruto, he simply jumps out of the way. This isn't because the fists are that much of a problem. No, Naruto could catch them if he wanted. The issue was the sand. It could easily unpack, grab him, and pull him back up. And because there's no leverage in the sand, Naruto would be stuck. So for that purpose, he elects to avoid the fists. However, he comes up with a new idea. Using the Nine Tails' energy blasts, Naruto begins to superheat the sand of the beast, starting with its arms. He turns the sand to glass, which shatters upon impact with the ground.
Nice.
This is no issue for Naruto, who's protected by the Nine Tails' thick chakra shell. He then creates a path of glass up the beast's body to the head, where he proceeds to run until he gets to the forehead. There he finds Gaara, and with a single slash, he slices Gaara's head into 3 horizontally. With Gaara dead, Shukaku also perishes. The sand loses its form and crumbles to the ground. Naruto would return to the village with Sasuke. Here, the devastation truly hits. The village has been decimated. The Hokage is dead. However, seeing this as his chance, Danzo steps in and uses Naruto to his advantage, revealing him to be his personal protege that he has been training. The village is startled by the idea of this until Danzo explains that Naruto has been training with him to control the Nine Tails' power and force it into service for the village. He goes on to say that Naruto was tested today with a fight against the One Tail, a beast captured by Orochimaru and used by Suna to instigate a war. He then explains that Naruto killed the One Tail. Through this, Danzo's approval ratings skyrocket, and he's named the next Hokage since he seems best to fit in. But as this occurs,
Man. Okay, this is like a rush, like, this is a rush way to like introduce Danjo to be a Hokage in this version, bro. It's like a lot to take in. Jiraiya's not around. Jiraiya's certain not around. Danjo being Naruto's freaking teacher at this point is just wild to me. Because the interaction they had is like random too. It's not like they introduced like way beforehand, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy. Everything is wild, bro. Everything's wild. And because Naruto never met Orochimaru, he didn't get his seal corrupted, like manipulated. So he's cool. He in the clear. But he does it wrong. But Naruto doesn't learn the summoning jutsu, nor the Rasengan at this point. At this point, I'm not sure he'll learn the Rasengan. But you know what I'm saying? Like, what's Kakashi in all of this? Kakashi, experienced member of the Anbu Black Ops, should have some say in it. But I guess he doesn't care.
Sasuke would face off against his brother and lose, only to be told by the Sound 4 that he has a lot of potential that will be stifled if he remains in the village. And so, Sasuke makes the fateful decision to leave the village. Sakura tries to stop him, but failed.
So, Tsunade not involved. The triple shiny thing, nothing happened. Kabuto, I guess he's around, but he's not doing anything. Like I said, Naruto doesn't learn the Rasengan at all. All I gotta learn is how to like manipulate with the fox, and he has the shadow clone with him, so there's that. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Everything got rush out of there, bro. Every story plot points with certain characters rush out of there. You know what I'm saying?
The next day.
Hold on. Well, what would the if I really wanted to like have every story point, plot by plot, character by character interaction with the I don't care Naruto around, what his fight with Lee be even? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you will say he probably uses clone to manipulate Lee and stuff like that, but I'd love to see that being like interacted, like shown. You know what I'm saying? And more with Sakura and Sasuke, they should hate Naruto. Period. They should hate him. They don't. They should not like him. Period. That's it. They don't like this dude. I was there. Not like this dude at all. Sheesh.
Day, she tries to get a group together to search for Sasuke, including Naruto, but Naruto refuses to take part. Why not?
Damn
Sakura
right.
questions, eyes filled with tears. Because Sasuke always
I
was an idiot.
don't
Why should I go out of my
care.
way to bring him back here when he doesn't want to be here? There are thousands of missing men out there. What makes him so special? Orochimaru might be planning to hurt him, she said. If so, then Sasuke gets what he deserves. He's a grown boy. Let him make his own decisions. If that leads to his death, that's on him, not me. Naruto leaves. Sakura, with no other choice, decides to head out with her team to rescue Sasuke. During that,
Her
they run
team.
into the South Fort.
What's her routine? Is Shido in it? Please let Shido be in it. If Naruto gotta be involved, please include Shino. Or just put in the original 5 minus Naruto. No, Sakura replaced Naruto. So it's Shikamaru, Neji, Shoji, Kiba, and yeah, Sakura. Oh my god, that's up. Their team low-key trash, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Ooh.
Choji faces Jirobo and barely wins, but is left in critical condition. Toyuya faces Shikamaru and manages to kill him. Sakon and Ukon face Kiba and Akamaru.
Oh my gosh. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, Garo is dead. At this point, the Sand lose. You know what I'm saying? And I guess because of that, they had zero relationship with the Sand. The Sand relationship with the Leaf doesn't exist if Garo is dead. That means everybody's dead. Who? Because of Naruto. Crazy work. Crazy how
And managed to kill them.
butterfly effects
Hidamaru
work.
faces Neji, but
Damn,
Nekamaru
dude.
and manages to kill him. Sakon and Ukon face Kiba and Akamaru and manage to kill them. Hidamaru faces Neji, but Neji barely manages to pull it out of the bag and win. All of them do so to push Sakura forward so she can reach Sasuke and convince him to...
So Neji is alive. Choji barely holding on. Shikamaru Kiba's dead. Damn,
come
dude.
home, but in the end, she's stopped by Kimimaro, who refuses to let her go any further. He offers to let her leave with her life, but she claims that her life means nothing
Then she dies here. She dies
without
here,
Sasuke
bro.
and chooses
That's
to fight.
nasty.
Despite her determination, she's nothing to Kimimaro alone. And without any help, since Gaara is dead and Lee is still crippled, Sakura too meets her untimely demise.
Okay, so Lee is still a thing. Gaara still crippled him. Tsunadi's not a factor. Without Tsunade, the story of Naruto is way more bloodier than we thought, and way more main characters getting bodied. Nasty work.
Skewered 5 times by Kimimaro's bone blades. Kakashi would later find her body in the rainstorm, which was washing away any clues to the locations of Sasuke and those escorting him. As he looks down upon her body, he reflects on how his team is falling apart for a second time. And as thunder roars and a flash of lightning crosses the sky, Kakashi is momentarily returned to his childhood, watching Rin die by his own hand. And though Kakashi did not physically have anything to do with Sakura's death, his poor leadership skills and his failure to rein in Sasuke led to this situation. Broken, he prepares to officially disband Team 7, as there's nobody left but Naruto. But before he can, Naruto disbands it for him. Naruto had been invited to join the Anbu's root division.
My G, my dog. Kakashi is at fault for not pushing Naruto to be more pathetic, bro.
Serve as Danzo's right-hand
At
man.
least let
Taking it in a
Kakashi
heartbeat,
try.
Naruto knows he's hit easy street and will live lavishly for the rest of his life if he offers proper support to Danzo. From there, Naruto keeps training and is eventually introduced to the one who will serve as his partner, someone with an equal detachment from emotion, though on a far less toxic degree. Sai. The two get to know each other and test each other's limits. Naruto applauds Sai for his creativity, and Sai can't help but admire the pure brute strength that Naruto possesses.
Wow.
He states that from reading Naruto's file, he was impressed with
That's
how he handled
insane.
so many critical situations with such cold logic. He says that with a mind like that, he was perfect for the Anbu. But Sai has one thing on his mind that bothers him, one question that he can't help but ask. Now that Sasuke's a missing nin, will you be able to hunt him down? I don't see why not, Naruto says. Well, I know he was your teammate, and when I say hunt him down, I mean, if you're forced to kill him, will you be able to? Naruto thinks for a moment. He's the one who left and betrayed us. He knew what he was doing from the position it would put us in. Further, because of his actions, many of my peers are dead, including Sakura. So if it comes down to it, yeah, I would kill him. Good, a third voice said. The two boys looked up to see Danzo standing there, because I have orders for you two. And that's where I'm gonna pause it for now. Honestly speaking, while this story changed a lot, it just
Nah, I want to hear
felt
this.
so sad to me. It kind of takes away one of the best parts from Naruto. But I guess you know what they say. You never really know what you got till it's gone. And I guess that's true here. But I wonder how else it'll affect the story. I guess we'll just have to wait and see now, won't we? Anyway, thanks for watching the video.
I'm not. I can't say I'm not a fan, but I can't say I am. If that makes sense. Oh my god. Okay, what the comments say about this, bro? What the comments say about this? A timeline where ramen guy didn't give him Naruto free ramen. Damn. My name is. My name is Abe. I don't get, but that's kind of sensitive. Yo, I gotta read these comments, bro. Oh, Naruto doesn't care. It's crazy. It doesn't care. One phrase is so dangerous. I'll give it a like. I gotta give you guys a like, bro. This is too funny. This is funny. It's hilarious, bro. The Thorough Kage getting him therapy is more than he did for the OG timeline. Facts, bro. Spoiled milk? Come on now. Spoiled milk? Now he uses no talk wrong. Wrong. He used manipulation. Manipulation jutsu. That's way more dangerous. I missed that part without my problem. Tazuna explains what honors his village went through and why Hurry is the way he is. Naruto, boy, that's so solid. This is funny. Yo, Naruto doesn't care is funny as hell. Even though he's a piece of shit. Why should I join Root? It pays well. Deal. That's that. I think you meant to say Ambu. Whatever. If you gotta thank your ramen guy Iruka for preventing Naruto becoming anything other than himself today. Yeah, Iruka did not pull up at all. That's sad. Shock Sasuke left the village. Don't care, didn't ask. Even a penny short, I'll put the family back together again. It's just a brutal line. Oh yeah, that's crazy. I'll put the family back together again. It's crazy. Amagi going to unfinished stories. Story, new story. That's what I'm saying. This is a true remake of Naruto I didn't expect to happen. Oh my gosh. Effectively, Naruto will become like Itachi but more broken, with no brother or loved one to keep him on living. Wrong. I disagree with that. I'm sorry, dude. Naruto keep on living with the bread and the money and the whole. Man, possibly all Naruto spent too much time at Shikamaru's house. Shikamaru should have been Naruto's best friend, but even Shikamaru would just not mess with Naruto. He's too much of a dickhead. Shikamaru could be a dickhead at times, but Naruto is the personified face of a dickhead. Might be the darkest timeline? One of the darkest timelines. Not the darkest, but I agree with that. I agree the chance of logic there. And not a defense mechanism. It more than likely is. In fact, this version of Naruto makes more sense than canon, considering a realistic person would likely grow jaded and pathetic if they were hated by every single person they know from birth to teenage years just by existing. It's factual. And you have a freaking nuke in your belly, dude. Oh my gosh. Let me read one more thing before I go. Initially, no one actually knew that the nine-tailed fox had been sealed inside Naruto after its rampage, but Naruto spilled the beans to use Naruto as a scapegoat for those traumas, so their hate would be focused on him that would be too distracted to doubt or question leadership, and it made them more compliant. To isolate Naruto and make him easy to control, to weaken his rival Hiruzen by forcing him to protect a pariah. When you think of just how bad things could have turned out if Naruto wasn't the way he was, plus all the other strategy Danzo caused, it's truly well just how much damage he's done. Ooh. Mm. I ain't gonna lie. Uh, this is this. Oh my gosh, I'm speechless, bro. Naruto's character is a monster. He's a monster, bro. Mind you, there is more. Um, there's a part two to this. Yes, if you want to see that, like it up. Comment any comments down below. This had been gone long enough. I'm not trying to make an hour-long reaction video, but bro, I had a lot of things to say, man. Zombie out. Gotta be safe, be easy, and be chilled. A Naruto doesn't care, bro. A monster, bro. Period. Point blank.